Welcome back to Fort Myers, Florida for Game 2 with Salve, Regina University and Fredonia State. The Seahawks were 9-1 winners in Game 1. Game 2 is also taking place at the Player Development Complex, Field 3. Salve, Regina will be the away team batting first against the Blue Devils, who now just take the field. Leading off for the Seahawks will be their center fielder, batting .273 on the season, Ryan Kelly. Dan Donahue at short bats second. Tyler Colby at left field bats third. Dominic DeSano behind the plate bats fourth. The designated hitter today is batting fifth, Alec Kucic. He's followed by Ryan Sweenor, the first baseman. In right field for the Seahawks for the second straight time today, Nicholas Delano. Hunter Sleeper moves over to third base. He's already played some second and shortstop, and now is the starting third baseman in Game 2. He bats eighth. Batting ninth is the second baseman, Sean Becker. Pitching for the Seahawks is a freshman left-hander, number 26, Cole Treader. We'll have an interview in between innings featuring Cole Treader. For Fredonia State, some changes to their lineup from Game 1. Second baseman is still the same, Connor Lorenzo. He'll be batting first. Kenny Johnson moves up in the batting order, the right fielder for the Blue Devils. He'll be followed by Ricky Mendiola, now playing first base. Kyle Kozlowski moves from first base, a designated hitter. Bobby France is in center field, batting fifth. Quinn Danahy makes the start in left field for the Blue Devils. Matt Casilio is the third baseman. Dan Cecilia is the catcher. Eric Kroll is back at shortstop, batting ninth. And the right-handed starter for the Blue Devils is Carl Wolf, number 19. We're ready for the first pitch with Ryan Kelly stepping to the plate for Salve, Regina University. The Seahawks come into the second game now 6-1. The Blue Devils are 0-1, losing the earlier decision 9-1 to the Salve, Regina Seahawks. Kelly greets the first pitch from Wolf, sends it into right field for a leadoff hit. There goes the no-hitter for Wolf. Wolf now faces the Salve, Regina shortstop, Dan Donahue, batting .346 on the season. Donahue watches ball one well outside.
Go. 28219.
Salve, Regina was the home team in the first game. They won 9-1 against Fredonia State. Fredonia State now takes the field first, and they are the home team against the Seahawks. They have the third base dugout. Seahawks have the first base dugout. Ryan Kelly led off the top of the first inning here in Game 2 with a single to right field. Donahue was 1 for 3 in Game 1. He had an RBI and a run scored. Pitch to Donahue is right over the plate for strike one. Donahue with his upright stance has Kelly leaning off. Kelly is caught off the bag. First baseman drops the ball, then picks it up. Kelly's in the rundown. Kelly is finally tagged on his way back to first base. Ball gets loose. Second baseman Lorenzo is injured on the play. Or correction, the shortstop, number 1, is injured on the play. Kelly's going to be out on the play. 1-3-6-4-1-6. The ball did get loose from the shortstop afterwards, but he held on to it long enough for the put out on Kelly, the pickoff, for the first out of the first inning. Shortstop Eric Kroll returns to his position, gets some courtesy throws to see how that arm feels. The shoulder looked like it may have popped out. Mendiola took the pickoff throw at first base from the starting pitcher Rogers. And now Kroll will switch places with Lorenzo. He'll move over to second base with the shorter throw, and Lorenzo will become the shortstop after 1 out in the first inning. Donahue greets the 3-2 pitch and places a single right in front of the center fielder. France gets it back into the middle infielders. So Kroll is now at second base. And Lorenzo at short for the Blue Devils. Here in the top of the first inning. Scoreless game. Tyler Colby takes the plate against Wolf, the starting Blue Devils pitcher. Colby brings a .391 batting average into this afternoon's game. Looks at a strike inside. We're glad you could join us for Game 2 of our doubleheader broadcast. Game 1 was a 9-1 victory for the Seahawks, who improved to 6-1 on the 2014 season. Fredonia State, in its first game, is now 0-1. Colby shot to Lorenzo at second. And Kroll is able to turn the double play on Colby. 6-4-3 on the double play grounder. Well, the Seahawks in their first inning, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, none left. We'll be back for the first at-bat for the Blue Devils after this. Start, and what are you going to take with you into today's start?
You know, the first game I had a little trouble leaving the ball up a little bit, which caused some issues with the walk, so I think I just have to speed up the upper half, break my hands a little earlier, make sure I follow through out in front, keep it down, which should be good.
We got two lefties going today.
Yeah.
Earlier today, we got the start from Vin Roth, who was the CCC Pitcher of the Week. Do you lefties unite on this at all?
I think so. I think it's a good thing to watch another lefty throw. You know, you can kind of see some of the hitters' tendencies and how you want to pitch them in the next game.
Especially in a doubleheader situation,
Yeah.
you can
and especially with a pitcher like Vin, who's a CCC Pitcher of the Week and a leader on the team. So hopefully, I should learn a lot from him in the first game.
All right. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Cole Treader gets the start, his second start of the 2014 season. The freshman left-hander picked up the win as Salve Regina defeated Mitchell College 10-5 on Saturday. He gets the second end of a doubleheader against Fredonia State this afternoon. His fellow southpaw, Vincent Roth, was a 9-1 winner against the Blue Devils earlier today. First batter that Treader will face is the now shortstop for the Blue Devils, Lorenzo, who moved over to second base as Kroll got injured on the pickoff play that erased Ryan Kelly from the base pass in the top of the first. Treader's first pitch is low to Lorenzo. Second pitch in there for a strike. Salve had 2 hits in the top of the first, but could not score a run and did not leave any runner on base, as one of the hits was a race on a pickoff and the other was a race on a double play. Lorenzo grounds it to third baseman Sleeper. Low throw picked out by Sweener at first base. First out of the inning for Treader. 5-3 on the putout. Brings up the right fielder, Kenny Johnston. Johnson was 1 for 2 in the first game. He had a walk. He also struck out against Vincent Roth. Nice breaking ball by Treader. Catches part of the plate for a strike. Treader went 4 innings in his victory on Saturday against Mitchell. He allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He was able to work around 6 base on balls. He struck out 3 Manor in his batters. Full count pitch to Johnson is up and in for a ball 4. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, no score. Johnson's at first base with a walk. First baseman Mendiola now at bat. Mendiola was the designated hitter in game 1. He went 0 for 3 in the game. He was also batting third in that lineup. Mendiola fouls Trutter's second offering off to the left side, out of play, 1-on-1 count. Seahawks softball team lost a 9 a.m. decision to Bowdoin College this morning. Final score of that game was 11-6. Bowdoin College defeated Salve, Regina softball 11-6. Salve takes on St. Lawrence at 1 o'clock, so just underway. Temperature in Fort Myers has creeped up to 68 degrees. Grounder to Becker at second. Relay by Donahue over to Sweener at first. Double play grounder, gets Mendiola out and retires the side. Seahawks are coming to bat in the top of the second inning. Back here for the top of the second in Fort Myers, Florida, Salve Regina University versus Fredonia State. It's game 2. Seahawks beat the Blue Devils in game 1, 9-1.
My D's go, get started now. Relax.
Carl Wolf on the mound for the Blue Devils. He gave up 2 first-inning hits, but only faced 3 batters. He faces the 4th batter in the Seahawk lineup, Don Tassano, who sends one to straightaway center field. Caught out there by Bobby France for the first out of the top of the second. Brings up Alec Kucic for the first time this afternoon. He's a designated hitter in game 2. Kucic started and played first base in yesterday's 12-0 win over St. Lawrence. Kucic is batting an even .222 on the season. Kucic has 2 hits and 9 at-bats thus far. 5 games played. He has 1 run scored on the season. Grounded at second base. Kroll over to Mendiola. Force out on Kucic. Kucic scored his 1 run on the season in the 6-run 7th inning rally that Salve had in its season opener, a 6-5 win over Mitchell College. Brings up the first baseman, Ryan Sweener. Sweener finds the gap in left center. He reaches with a double. Ryan was 2 for 2 in game 1, and he had 3 RBI in that game. Now he stands on second base with a 2-out double. Nick Delano now takes the plate for the Seahawks here in the top of the second. No score. 2 outs. Ryan Sweener on second base. Delano watches the first pitch go by for a strike on the outside. Sweener's now batting 3 for 3 against Fredonia State on Thursday, March 13. 2 hits in the opener, and now a 2-out double here in the top of the second. Off-speed pitch breaks in for a strike on Delano. Senior right fielder digs in with the 1-2 count. Wolf gets him swinging. That's going to end the Seahawks' second inning. The Blue Devils will bat in the bottom of the second after this break. Designated hitter Kyle Kozlowski, a senior from Hopewell Junction, New York, leads off the bottom of the second inning for the Blue Devils of Fredonia State. No score here in game 2. Salve, Regina won game 1, 9-1. Left-hander Cole Treader on for his second inning of work. First pitch strike to Kozlowski. Second pitch lands low. 1-1 count to Kozlowski. Right back at the backstop. 1-2 count. Treader gets his first strikeout of the afternoon. Strikeout swinging on Kozlowski. Brings up the center fielder, Bobby France. France went 0 for 2 in the first game. Grounded to Donahue at short. Gloved on one hop. Over to Sweener at first for the second out of the second inning. Quinn Dennehy gets a start in left field today, this afternoon, for the Blue Devils. He is from Buffalo, New York. Right-handed batter, faces the left-handed throwing Cole Treader. First pitch into Dennehy is a strike. The roster does list Dennehy as a left-handed batter. That may be a mistake, or perhaps they need to flip the throwing and the batting. And he becomes like Sal Cumella, a lefty thrower, righty batter. Treader gets the inside call on Dennehy for the second strike. 2-2 count. Up high for ball 3. Swinging, second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout of the game for Treader. He gets the side in order in the second. Salve, Regina will come up to bat, and it's top of the fourth of a scoreless game after this. return to Fort Myers, Florida for Game 2 action. Salve, Virginia University versus Fredonia State. Seahawks won Game 1 9-1. And in this game, they have 8-9-1 at the plate. Batting order-wise, that'll be the third baseman, Hunter Sleeper, leading off. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Sean Becker, and then back to the top of the order, Ryan Kelly in the third inning against Blue Devil starter Carl Wolf. Sleeper grounds to Lorenzo at short. His throw is over to Mendiola at first for the first out of the third inning. The left-handed batting second baseman Sean Becker gets his first look at Wolf. First pitch is up high. Places one out in left field for a one-out single here in the third inning. Fourth hit off of Wolf. Center fielder Ryan Kelly returns to the plate. This will be his second trip against Wolf. He led off the game with a single to right field through the right side. Kelly's now batting over 300, 304 on the season. I'm very jealous of his dad's camera firing away at high speed, but he's capturing excellent images of all the Seahawks. Wolf looks Becker back to first base, throws over. Ball on the field from another field. Kelly returns the favor and fouls the ball over to the field that delivered a ball over here, just missing the third baseman. Wolf looking for his second pickoff of the afternoon. Becker back to first safely. Foul out of play behind us. Lands in the middle of the space between all four fields. Ryan Kelly has now hit safely in 5 of the Seahawk 8 games with his leadoff hit in the first inning. He has 2 multiple hit games. In the win over Mitchell College, he had 2 hits, and in the loss to Alvernia College, he had 2 hits. He also had 2 runs, 2 of the 3 Seahawk runs in that game. There's a shot to left center. Lands in for a single. Gets Becker over to third base with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Balls are flying all around from all fields, from the left and right of us. Nothing coming from behind us. Dan Donahue now batting. He had a first inning single, but was erased on a double play ground out. He's got runners on the corners, and Kelly and Becker, who had 1-out singles after Hunter Sleeper led off with a grounded to shortstop. He puts 1 out in left field for a RBI single, brings home Sean Becker with the game's first run. 1-0 Salve, Regina. Donahue on first and Kelly on second.
Come on, Tyler. Come on, kid. Keep it going. We got one.
Brings Tyler Colby to the plate in a 1-0 game. Colby swings at the high pitch, fouls it away. Catcher Dominic DeSano gets the loose foul ball, brings it back to the Seahawk dugout. He won't get to keep that souvenir. Wolf pivots and looks to throw to second. Nobody's covering as Kelly gets back. Fouled right back here. Strike 2 on Colby. DeSano does his duties again, this time handing off to the umpire. Two on, 1 out here. 1 run in already for the Seahawks. 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Colby gets a hit up the middle, reaches center field. Sorella stops Kelly at second. It'll leave the bases loaded for Dominic DeSano.
Get driving somewhere.
One out here in the top of the 3rd. 1-0 Salve, Regina. Dominic DeSano faces Carl Wolf with the bases loaded. Corner infielders are on the edge of the grass. Middle infielders are closing in on the second base bag. Outfielders are straight away on DeSano. Here's the pitch from Wolf. Inside hits him. Home plate umpire makes DeSano stay in the batter's box. I think that gives the pitchers a lot of freedom to locate their pitches. Ball high. One out here in the the top of the third inning, bases loaded. Colby on first, Donahue on second, Kelly on third. No chance of getting out of the way of that pitch, so Desano takes the RBI hit batsman, brings Kelly home with the second run of the inning and second run of the game. It took two HBs on him to get credit for it. Alex Kucic will now come to the plate. Let me get the correct pronunciation. It's Alec Kucic. And wrong graphic. Sorry about that, Alec. Old Brookville, New York. 2-0 score. Here in the top of the third inning. Alec Kucic bats with the bases loaded. And a 2-0 score for Salve, Regina against Fredonia State. Facing Carl Wolf with one out. Wolf's second pitch breaks low against Kucic. He's got a 1-1 count. 1-1 to Kucic. One out, bases loaded here in the top of the third. Well placed by Kucic on the left field line, just over the third baseman. One run is in for Donahue, another run in from Colby. Kucic has a 2-run single. Desano advances to second base. 4-0 Seahawks. Ryan Sweener doubled in his first at-bat of the game. That came in the second inning. We're now in the top of the third. 4-0 Salve, Regina against Fredonia State. 2 runners on for Sweener with one out. Swings underneath a high pitch. Salve, Regina has 4 runs and twice as many hits. No runs, no hits thus far for the Blue Devils. Kucic leads off first. Desano off second. Foul tip into the mitt. That's strike 3 and the second out. Nicholas Delano at the plate for the Seahawks. First pitch from Wolf to Delano. Breaks over for a strike. That pitch stays outside. 1-1 count to Nicholas Delano, the senior right fielder from Reading, Massachusetts. Inside pitch, 2-1. Kucic gets some clarification from the first base coach, Chris Haddad. Desano leads off second. And Delano ready for the 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. Ball 3 to number 3. He's got a 3-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Strike 2. Full count now. 2 outs, 2 on for Nicholas Delano. Top of the third, 4-0 game for Salve, Regina. Delano fouls that pitch off. Kusich and Desano will return to first and second, respectively. Three-two count on Nicholas Delano. Kusich on first, Desano on second. Here's a fake pitch from Wolf. Delano stays in the batter's box. Ready for the full count pitch. Lifts it up in the air to left field. It's drifting foul. And it's going to land on the warning track in foul territory. Top of the third inning, 2 outs, 2 on. Nicholas Delano has a 3-2 count, and Salve Regina has a 4-0 lead. All 4 runs in this inning. Foul ball called on the 3-2 pitch. Becker had a 1-out single. He was followed by another single from Ryan Kelly. Dan Donahue drove in the first run with his single to left field. Tyler Colby loaded the bases with a single. Desano's hit by pitch brought in a run. And then Alec Kusich had a 2-run single for the 4-0 score we now have here in the top of the third inning. Nicholas Delano shakes off a ball that was just hit off his forearm or wrist. He'll get another 3-2 pitch from Carl Wolf. Alec Kusich and Dominic Desano will take off from their bases. Strike 3 swinging on Delano for the final out of the top of the third. For the Seahawks in the third inning, 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors and 2 left. The Blue Devils of Fredonia State will come to bat, trailing 4-0 in the third inning. Cole Treader is on to pitch the bottom of the third inning for the Seahawks against the Blue Devils. Third baseman Matt Casilio steps in against the left-hander. And the fellow left-handed hitter grounds to Donahue at short. Sweener unable to dig out the low throw from Donahue. Casilio will reach base on the E6 throwing error. Brings up the catcher this game for the home team Blue Devils. It's number 27, Dan Cecilia, right-handed batter from Utica, New York.
Come on, Dan. Come on, guys, double play.
Treader gets the strike call on the outside pitch to Cecilia. So Casilio and Cecilia follow each other in the batting order. Casilio running on the pitch. He reaches second safely with the stolen base. Casilio in scoring position for Cecilia. That's in play over the left fielder's head. Talakobi chases it down. It's going to score a run for Fredonia. Casilio crosses the plate on Cecilia's double to left field. Brings up the second baseman, Eric Kroll. Kroll was 0 for 3 in the opener today, won by Salve, Regina 9-1. Behind the pitching of lefty starter Vincent Roth, Seahawks now have a lefty starter in Cole Treader on the mound. Caught in foul territory by Nicholas Delano. His strong arm reaches third base. Hunter Sleeper, but Cecilia tags up and reaches third safely on the foul out by Kroll to right field. That makes it 1 out and a runner on third. For the shortstop, Connor Lorenzo. Lorenzo was 1 for 4 in the opener, scored the lone Blue Devil run. He grounded out to Sleeper at third in the bottom of the first inning. Shot up the middle, one bouncer to Ryan Kelly in center. RBI base hit for Lorenzo, brings home Cecilia, makes it a 4-2 game. First run off Treader is unearned, second run is earned. 4-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. Head coach Eric Sorella visits Treader and the rest of the infield at the mound. Right fielder Kenny Johnson waits to take his spot in the batter's box. One out, one on for Kenny Johnston. Johnson had a hit and in 2 at-bats in game 1. He walked his first time up against Cole Treader, who was giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Treader throws over to first base. Lorenzo gets back standing. Rounded to third base. Sleeper to Becker. Over to Sweener at first for the inning-ending double play. 5-4-3 on the turn. The Blue Devils score 2. They cut the Seahawk lead in half. We head to the top of the 4th inning. 4-2, Salve, Regina. Hunter Sleeper just started a double play that ended the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Blue Devils, and now Hunter Sleeper leads off the top of the 4th inning for the Seahawks. Salve, Regina leads Fredonia State 4-2. First pitch from Wolf outside. Second pitch catches the inside part of the plate. 1-1 count to Sleeper. That Wolf breaking ball also catches the part of the outside plate. 1-2 count. Wolf straightens that pitch out, but misses the outside part of the plate in the dirt. Blocked by Cecilia, the catcher. Sleeper goes down on strike swinging. Second baseman Sean Becker started the one-out rally last inning. Seahawks ended up scoring 4 runs. He's at the plate against Wolf again with 1 out. First pitch strike to Becker. Seahawks have 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Becker makes a second out with a fly out to left field. Danahy gets the put out. Blue Devils have 2 runs on just 2 hits here in the top of the 4th inning. Salve, Regina is back to the top of its order for the 3rd time this afternoon. Ryan Kelly has 2 hits and 2 at-bats.
There you go, there you go.
He now has 3 hits and 3 at-bats. Single to left field. An hour and 4 minutes into this broadcast of Game 2. The game began at 1 o'clock. Ball from an adjacent field just misses the new batter, Dan Donahue, and the home plate umpire and catcher. All 3 of them with protective gear, but not from the backside. Donahue had an RBI single his last time up. He's got 2 hits so far in Game 2. Dan Donahue is the younger brother of class of 2008 former Salve, Regina softball player and now current assistant coach John Donahue.
Oh yeah!
Dan Donahue gets a hold of that one, but straight away center field. Bobby France puts it away for the final out of the top of the 4th inning. For the Seahawks in the 4th inning, no runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on base. The Blue Devils will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 4-2. Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning in Fort Myers, Florida. Player Development Complex, field number 3. Field 3 is located at the northwest corner. First baseman Mendiola bats left-handed against the lefty Cole Treader. A double play grounder in the first inning off of Mendiola. He grounds to Sweener at first base, who tags the bag unassisted. One out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Salve, Regina leads 4-2. Designated hitter Kyle Kozlowski comes up to bat. Kyle Kozlowski led the Blue Devils in game 1. He had 2 hits and an RBI in 3 at-bats. Struck out swinging against Cole Treader in the 2nd inning. Kozlowski's foul ball is out of play on this field, and thankfully out of play on any other field. In 4 innings of work against Mitchell College on Saturday, Treader issued 6 walks, only 1 walk thus far in 3 innings, 3 and a third innings. Assistant coach Chris Haddad comes over to retrieve that foul ball. Inside pitch to Kozlowski. He ropes down the left field line. Colby gets it. Kozlowski's going to beat the throw into second with a double. Third hit of the day for Kozlowski. Center fielder Bobby France at the plate now with the runner on second. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-2 Salve Regina leads for Fredonia State. Popped up in the infield. Third baseman Hunter Sleeper calling for it. He gets it for the 2nd out. Treader came over to cover the bag.
Quinny, we need you here.
Quinn Danahy bats for the 2nd time against Treader. He ended the 2nd inning with a strikeout swinging. Treader has 2 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings. Kozlowski's on second with a 1-out double. 2 outs now.
Not you. Come on.
Breaking balls in there for a first pitch strike against Danahy, the Blue Devils left fielder in game 2. Becker keeps Kozlowski close to second. Kelly was playing Danahy properly. Has a little ways to go to taking the final out of the 4th inning. Fly out to center field for Danahy. For the Blue Devils in their 4th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Salve Regina comes to bat in the top of the 5th inning after this short break. Both starting pitchers are still in the game as we begin the 5th inning of play here at Fort Myers, Florida. Player Development Complex. In Game 2 of Salve Regina versus Fredonia State, Seahawks scored 4 runs in their 3rd inning, and Fredonia followed with 2 runs in their 3rd. Tyler Colby leads off the 5th inning for the Seahawks against Carl Wolf. First pitch swinging. Ball's going to land in front of center fielder France for a leadoff single for Tyler Colby here in the 5th inning. Salve Regina leads 4-2. Dominic DeSano had a hit by pitch and an RBI in the 3rd inning. Fly out to center in his first at bat in the 2nd. He's got Tyler Colby at first base with the leadoff single. He first pitch swings and sends the ball deep, high to left field. Danahy under it for the first out of the 5th inning. Colby returns to first base. Alec Kusich, well-placed single down the left field line, gives us the current margin. It was a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Salve Regina has the 4-2 lead. Kusich swings at the first pitch, sends it foul. Colby leads off first base. Kusich digs in for an 0-1 pitch from Carl Wolf. Swings away, fouls it off to the left side. 0-2 count. Kusich, the designated hitter for the Seahawks in the Game 2 against Fredonia State. Colby gets back to first. Wolf throws over. Breaking ball in the dirt. Colby taken off immediately. Kusich has a 1-2 count now with Colby on second base. Ryan Sweener on deck. to the right side. That's going to get Colby over to over to third. Second baseman handles the ball, throws it over to first. Kusich is out, but moves Colby over to third base. 2 outs now for Ryan Sweener. Sweener has a double and a strikeout in the game. He's got Tyler Colby at third base. First pitch from Wolf is outside. Breaks into the dirt. Colby led off the Seahawk fifth here with a single to center. He stole second during Kusich's at bat. Kusich grounded to the right side, moved him to third. Now we've got 2 outs. And Ryan Sweener lifts one to center field. France underneath it, puts it away for the final out of the 5th inning. For Salve, Regina, it's 5th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Salve, Regina leads 4-2 after 4.5. Welcome back to Fort Myers, Florida for the bottom of the 5th inning with Fredonia State batting against Salve Regina University. Seahawks lead the Blue Devils 4-2. Third baseman Matt Casilio leads off against Cole Treader, the Seahawks starter. The left-handed batter rolls one over to Sean Becker at second base. He flips over to Ryan Sweener at first base. First out of the 5th inning. Dan Cecilia, the Blue Devils catcher in game 2, singled in Casilio in the 3rd inning. Correction, Cecilia doubled him in the 3rd inning. He's at bat for the 2nd time against Cole Treader. Out to center field for Ryan Kelly. The sophomore outfielder puts it away for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Salve Regina leads 4-2 in the Gene Cusick Collegiate Classic. Game 2 matchup with Fredonia State. Second baseman Eric Kroll fouled out to Nicholas Delano in the third inning. He grounds that to shortstop Dan Donahue, who grabs it eye high with his glove, throws over to Ryan Sweener. A 1-2-3 inning for Cole Treader here in the fifth inning. Salve, Regina will come back to bat in its sixth inning, leading 4-2. Pinch hitter Joe Haley steps in for the Seahawks in the top of the sixth inning. He's taken the spot in the batting order for right fielder Nicholas Delano. Salve, Regina leads 4-2 here in the top of the sixth over Fredonia State. Seahawks won game one, 9-1. Kyle Wolf still pitching for the Blue Devils. First pitch to Haley is in the dirt, ball one. We've finally officially reached 70 degrees here at 2:25 in the afternoon in Fort Myers, Florida. Back home, information I've received courtesy of our head men's and women's tennis coach, Corey Tussler, says it's 18 degrees and snow outside in the New England area. Thank you, Coach Tussler. One and two count to Haley. Haley was 1 for 3 in the opener. He had a run scored, also drew a walk. Inside pitch to Haley, catches his leg. He's off to first base with a hit by pitch. Brings up his fellow third baseman, Hunter Sleeper. Seahawk men's tennis are practicing probably at the indoor courts at the Tennis Hall of Fame in Newport, Rhode Island during their spring break. Sleeper gets the bunt down, pitcher Carl Wolf picks it up, throws it over to first for the sacrifice out. 1-3 on the play. Haley down to second with 1 out. Second baseman Sean Becker back at the plate. 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. First pitch swinging for Becker up the middle. Taken by the shortstop Lorenzo. He throws Becker out at first. Haley gets over to third. Top of the order for the Seahawks, center fielder Ryan Kelly. Kelly is 3 for 3 in game 2. All 3 singles. He scored a run in the 3rd inning. All 4 Seahawk runs came in the 3rd. All 2 Blue Devil runs came in the 3rd. We're at a 4-2 game. Salve Regina leads Fredonia State. Joe Haley leads off third base. Kelly watches ball 1, hook wide. The wind has shifted a little bit from this early morning. We had a 10 o'clock start in game 1. It was blowing in from all directions, from the outfield in. And now it feels to be blowing from right to left. Base hit and an RBI for Ryan Kelly. Brings home Joe Haley with the Seahawks' 5th run. Four for 4 day at the plate in game 2 for Ryan Kelly. Dan Donahue now faces Carl Wolf for the 4th time today. Donahue is 2 for 3. Stolen base for Kelly. Kelly's 3rd stolen base of the season. He is now 32 for 32 in his collegiate career on stolen base attempts. Shortstop Lorenzo tries to work Kelly back to second base. Sorella keeping the sophomore runner aware of what's going on up behind him. Dan Donahue works a walk. First and second. Donahue and Kelly on the base pass for Tyler Colby, the left fielder. Colby also has 2 hits and 3 at-bats. He scored a run in the 4-run 3rd. He'll meet with Eric Sorella. Sorella gives assistant coach John Donahue some instructions for some pitchers in the bullpen. Five-2 game here. Salve Regina scored a run in this inning, 4 in the 3rd. Fredonia State scored its 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Tie to Colby, 1-0. Carl Wolf's second pitch to Colby stays up for ball 2. In the dirt for ball 3. Four straight balls to Tyler Colby, loads the bases for the Seahawks. DeSano now comes to the plate with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th inning. 5-2 lead for Salve, Regina.
Come on, let's get this guy, Carl. Come on.
1-2-3 in the batting order on the base pass for the Seahawks. Kelly on third, Donahue on second, and Colby on first, all with 2 outs. Breaking ball lands short of home plate. Ball 1 to DeSano. Dominic is 0 for 2 with an RBI. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded his 3rd inning at bat. He's got a hitter's count now with a 2-0. Cecilia runs out to talk with Wolf. Dan Cecilia wears glasses, crouched behind the plate. He catches ball 3 from Wolf to DeSano. Wolf gets that pitch over for a 3-1 count. Alec Cusick on deck for the Seahawks. Inside pitch gets the call from the home plate umpire. Full count on DeSano. 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 6th inning, 5-2 Salve, Regina lead. DeSano's shot down the left field line, hooks foul. He'll see a 3-2 pitch again from Carl Wolf. Top of the 6th inning. Full count on Dominic DeSano. He has the bases loaded, facing Carl Wolf. And he draws the bases loaded walk. Brings in Ryan Kelly from third. 6-2's Salve, Regina. Allison removes his starter from the game. Calls on a reliever. (6-2), Salve Regina leads here in the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher coming on for the Blue Devils. Wearing uniform number 12, Cody Herman, freshman pitcher for the Blue Devils, right-hander from Ontario, New York, making his first collegiate appearance in Game 2 of the Salve Regina versus Fredonia State baseball game from the Gene Cusick Classic here in Fort Myers. Cusick is the next batter for the Seahawks in the Gene Cusick Classic. He'll have the bases loaded. Herman is done with his warm-ups, and the first batter he'll see is the Seahawk designated hitter in Game 2, Alec Cusick. Cusick has a single in 3 at-bats. His single in the 3rd inning brought in 2 runs for the Seahawks. He now has the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. 6-2 game for Salve Regina. First pitch from Herman is a strike. Inside pitch gets the call for Herman. 2 strikes on Cusick. 1 ball. Blocked in the dirt by Cecilia. 2-2 count on Cusick. Donahue returns to third base. Colby's on second, DeSano's on first. Cusick is at the plate, already has 2 RBI in this game. Works the count full against new pitcher Herman. First year pitcher gets ready to deliver his 6th pitch of his college career. Fouled off. Ryan Sweeney comes over to pick it up. He's the on-deck batter and will come to the plate if Cusick is able to extend the inning. Cody Herman's Seventh collegiate pitch is ready to come to Kusich. That one is fouled off to the left side. No play for Ryan Sweener on that one. Six-2 game here in the sixth inning. Salve, Regina leads Fredonia State. Bases loaded, 2 outs, full count on Alec Kusich. Shot over the shortstop's head into left field. It's going to bring home 2 runs. 4 RBI on the day for Alec Kusich. 8-2 score now for the Seahawks. Those runs are charged to the starter, Carl Wolf. Ryan Sweener now at the plate with 2 on. He watches a breaking ball over for a strike. Kusich with a 4 RBI day. Stands at first base. Dominic DeSano at second base. Less windy now at 2:45 on Thursday, March 13 in Fort Myers. It's going to land just to the right of me outside of the backstop fence. Herman delivers to Sweener. Bacon ball is grounded and hits the base runner DeSano. It's going to be the final out of the inning. Tough hop. DeSano tried to get out of the way. Seahawks score 4 more runs in their 6th inning. They had 4 in the 3rd, now 4 in the 6th. They take an 8-2 lead into the bottom of the 6th against Fredonia State. defensive changes for the Seahawks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Joe Haley moves over to first base. He pinch hit for Nicholas Delano, the right fielder. Ryan Sweener is now out of the game at first. And Sal Camella is in right field for the Seahawks. And new pitcher, number 25, Alex Croce, now pitching. Cole Treader pitched 5 innings. He's in position for his second victory. Seahawks lead here, 8-2. Croce gets Lorenzo, the leadoff hitter, to fly out to center field. Ryan Kelly, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Salve, Regina leads 8-2. Kenny Johnson, the right fielder, up to bat for the Blue Devils. Croce, an accounting major from Rumford, Rhode Island. First pitch into Johnson is a strike. Popped up out of play. Strike 2 to Johnston. Fouled off to the left side. So the Seahawk infield still has Sleeper at third, Donahue at short, Becker at second, new first baseman and Joe Haley. Outfield goes Colby in left, Kelly in center, and now Sal Camella in right field. Breaking ball by Croce is swung on and missed by Johnston. Strikeout for the second out of the inning. Ricky Mendiola now batting for the Blue Devils. First baseman is 0 for 2 in the Game 2 contest. He had a double play grounder to end the first inning, and he led off the 4th inning, grounding out to first baseman Ryan Sweener. He's quickly in an 0-2 count against new Seahawk pitcher Alex Croce. Line shot. Stopped by Sleeper, but it rolls into the outfield grass. It's going to be a base hit for Mendiola. Sleeper extended fully on his dive. Got a glove on it to stop it. Kyle Kozlowski doubled in his last at-bat. That came in the 4th inning. He struck out in his first at-bat. He faces Alex Croce for the first time.
Come on, Aces.
Grounded a sleeper at third. He'll make the play over to first base. New first baseman Joe Haley has a bounce over his glove. The throw was in the dirt. Kozlowski reaches safely on the throwing error. And Mendiola makes it all the way over to third. Bobby France at the place now. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon game. Grounded to Donahue at short in the 2nd inning. And a pop out to Sleeper in the 4th inning. Plenty of height on this pop-up. Tyler Colby comes in from left field to make the catch. Just behind Dan Donahue at shortstop on the outfield grass. Seahawks retire the Blue Devils here in the 6th inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. Salve, Regina comes to bat in the top of the 7th inning with an 8-2 lead. We've played 6 full innings here at Fort Myers Park in Game 2 of a doubleheader with Salve, Regina and Fredonia State. First baseman Joe Haley leads off the top of the 7th for the Seahawks, who lead the Blue Devils 8-2. Salve, Regina won Game 1, 9-1. Haley's second pitch grounder hits off the pitcher's mitt, and Haley reaches first on an infield single. John Donahue is now coaching the third base box for the Seahawks. Hunter Sleeper is the batter. Hunter swings away. Misses the first pitch from Herman. Herman throws over to get Haley back to first base. Haley led off the top of the 7th inning with a single off the pitcher's glove. Ball 2 to Sleeper, 2-1 count.
2-1.
Haley short lead off first base. Fouled out of play by Sleeper, 2-2 count. Salve Regina was the home team in Game 1, which they won 9-1. As the away team, they've scored 4 in the 3rd and 4 in the 6th. They now have a 8-2 advantage here in the top of the 7th inning. Second baseman Kroll tags Haley, or reaches to tag Haley. It was ruled that he missed the tag, but gets the force out on Sleeper at first base. So Haley gets down to second safely, avoiding the tag from Kroll, the second baseman. 1 out. Haley on second. Sean Becker at the plate. Matt Pallison just tossed out of the game by the second base umpire. We're bringing you action live from Fort Myers, Florida at the Player Development Complex in the Gene Cusick Collegiate Classic. We're in the top of the 7th inning of an 8-2 ball game. Salve Regina leads Fredonia State. Sean Becker batting for Salve Regina. The away team in their home blue tops and their gray bottoms. The home team is in the blue tops and gray bottoms. Cecilia gets that, frames that pitch for a called strike on Becker, a 1-1 count. Herman looks in for the sign, he gets it. He looks back Haley at second. Breaking ball is high. Ball 2 to Becker. One out here in the top of the 7th inning. Salve Regina leads 7-2, 8-2. Herman pivots on his left leg to throw to second. Shortstop Lorenzo covering. Haley back safely. Haley gets an even bigger lead with John Donahue on the coaching box. Herman gets set to deliver the 3-1 pitch to Becker. Becker has a hit, batting 9th in the order. Now he has a walk. 1 for 3 thus far at the plate in game 2. First and second, Becker on first, Haley on second. Center fielder Ryan Kelly has a 4-for-4 day going so far. Singles in the first, third, fourth, and 6th innings. Now bats here in the 7th inning of an 8-2 game. 1 out in the frame. Kelly has raised his batting average to .385 with the 4 hits today. First 2 pitches from Herman missed the plate. That pitch catches the top corner. Kelly has a 2-1 count, 2 on, 1 out. Fouls it off. Seahawks leadoff hitter steps out of the batter's box, collects himself for a 2-2 pitch. Spoils that 2-2 offering. In the infield, first base. Retires Kelly for the first time. Shortstop Dan Donahue will get his first look at Cody Herman. Donahue has 2 runs scored in the second game. He's reached base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. He has Sean Becker at first and Joe Haley at second with 2 outs. Salve Regina leads game 2, 8-2. The Seahawks won game 1, 9-1 against the Blue Devils. Blue Devils were playing their season opener in game 1, and now game 2 is their second game. Donahue fouls that the opposite way. Game 2 is now over 2 hours old. Started at 1 o'clock. It's now 3:08. Three-two pitch to Donahue is fouled off. Haley and Becker get back to second and first, respectively. That's another foul off to the left side by the senior shortstop captain, Dan Donahue. Glad to see that the humongous Melonheads are tuning into the broadcast. Shout out to James Wesselcouch. Last year's winner in the Sandlot League Fantasy Baseball on Yahoo. Donahue works a 2-out walk to load the bases. Tyler Colby at the plate. He is 2 for 3 in the afternoon contest. Has scored 2 runs. Colby has the bases loaded with Donahue on first, Becker on second, Joe Haley on third. He faces Cody Herman here in the top of the 7th inning. Salve, Regina leads 8-2. High and inside. Colby finds the gap in right center. It's going to plate Haley for 1, Becker for 2, and a 10-2 score for Salve Regina. Donahue makes it over to third. 2 runs batted in for the senior outfielder, Tyler Colby. State comes out to make a pitching change. And the first batter that number 6 will face, number 6 being Jason Wayman from Ontario, New York, a freshman. First batter he'll face is a junior catcher for the Seahawks, Matt Conroy, who will be pinch hitting for Dominic Desano. Conroy is batting .333 on the season. Salve, Regina has scored 4 runs in the 3rd, 4 in the 6th, and now 2 here in the 7th inning on Tyler Colby's 2-run single to right center. The Seahawks have a 10-2 lead over the Blue Devils. New pitcher on for the Blue Devils is freshman Jason Wayman. It's game 2 of the doubleheader and game 2 of the 2014 season for Fredonia State. Game 8 for the Seahawks, who started the 1 p.m. contest with a 6-1 record. Hope to improve to 7-1 after today's contest. Matt Conroy digs in against Jason Wayman.
Conti for Colby.
Pinch runner in for Tyler Colby at first base is Anthony Conti. The senior from Georgetown, Massachusetts. Tim Harris waits in the on-deck circle. He'll be a pinch hitter if the batting order gets there. He'll have to hope that Matt Conroy can extend the inning. Wayman's first batter gets a base on balls to load the bases for now pinch hitter Tim Harris. He's batting for the DH Kusich, who has 4 RBI on the afternoon. Chance for Tim Harris to deliver 4 RBI with 1 hit. He fouls that pitch off. Tim Harris had a pinch hit appearance in the opener. Struck out in that opportunity. Wayman delivers. Harris lifts it up to right field. Johnson underneath it. He records the final put out of the top of the 7th inning. For the Seahawks in the 7th inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. They leave the bases loaded. And the Blue Devils will come to bat in the bottom of the 7th, trailing the Seahawks 10-2. Welcome back to Fort Myers, Florida for Game 2 action featuring the Salve, Virginia University Seahawks and the Fredonia State Blue Devils. Salve, Virginia leads Game 2, 10-2. New left fielder for the Seahawks is Anthony Conti. He pinch hit for Tyler Colby in the top of the 7th when the Seahawks scored 2 runs, added to their 8-2 lead, and now lead 10-2 here in the last at bat for the Blue Devils. Alex Croce still pitching for the Seahawks. He had a strikeout in his first inning of work. And now pitches to the left fielder Danahy to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Matt Conroy is catching. He pinch hit for DeSano in the 7th. Sal Camella chases a foul ball off the bat of Danahy, but can't reach it. It's out of play. Off the fist, gets by Croce. Becker gets to it quickly and flips over to Haley, covering for the first out of the 7th inning. Brings up the third baseman, the left-handed hitting Matt Casilio. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Casilio scored the first Blue Devils run. And he sends a single past shortstop Dan Donahue into left field. It's the second hit off Croce, who took over for starter Cole Treader in the 6th inning. Treader went 5 full innings. The catcher, Dan Casilio, now batting. He's got Casilio on first base with 1 out. Fouled out of play.
Let's go, kid. We said 2-7.
Junior Scott Schuster is in the on-deck circle for the Blue Devils. He'll be coming in as a pinch hitter. Casilio running, gets to second base safely. Conroy's throw reaches Becker, but late for the stolen base. Croce has Cecilia reaching on the pitch, fouling it off. Another fouled off for the sophomore catcher out of Utica, New York. Line shot. Gets through the legs of Dan Donahue. Casilio stops at second. Cecilia safe at first. Pinch hitting for the Blue Devils is number 8, Scott Schuster Jr. from Livonia, New York. He's got Cecilia on first and Casilio on third. 1 out here. Bottom of the 7th. Salve, Regina University leading 10-2. Fouled off the backstop. Two strikes on Schuster. We'll find out after the game if Scott is any relation to former Seahawk Matt Schuster. Schuster grounds it to Donahue, over to Becker. Not in time for the double play. Run scores. But 2 out in the inning with Schuster on first base. Shortstop Connor Lorenzo comes to the plate. 4th time in the second game. He has 1 hit in his previous 3 at-bats. Ball's lifted high. Conti's got a play on it. Catches it at shoulder height. Final out of game 2. Salve, Regina sweeps the doubleheader. Scores of 9-1 and 10-3. As the players shake hands out on the infield, and Fredonia State awaits the exchange of handshakes at home plate. We'll take a break and wrap this game up when we come back. back here from Fort Myers, Florida, where the Seahawks just completed a sweep over the Fredonia State Blue Devils. Salve, Regina scored 10 runs in the second game. They had 15 hits, 3 errors. The Blue Devils had 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher for the Seahawks was lefty starter Cole Treader. He improves to 2-0. The loser for the Fredonia State Blue Devils was Carl Wolf, 0-1. The Blue Devils fall to 0-2 on the season, and the Seahawks improved to 7-1 through the first 8 games of 2014. Attendance for Game 2 was 105, and the duration was 2 hours and 28 minutes. Assistant Coach Steve Sorella got to see it all, including making a call on a grounder that ended a scoring inning for the Seahawks that hit Dom DeSano. What was the call on that play, Steve Sorella?
It's a base hit all the way. We've had that happen to us a couple of times over the years, and unfortunately it's an out, but it's scored a base hit for the batter.
So you could extend a hitting streak for your teammate by running into a batted ball.
That's right.
That's a nice way.
It's
nice way to do it.
Extend it.
Well, you had 2 lefty starters going on the day on Thursday. Both of them pitched well in their starting role, and you got to Corey Blankmeyer and Alex Croce to finish off the respective games. Talk about the pitching that you saw today.
Cole was much better today than his first start. I think the nerves, the first game got to him, but he made better pitches today. There was no question, and we were very happy with his performance. In fact, we were going to send him out for the 6th inning. His pitch count was down, but we decided to go with Alex Croce just because we need to get him some work and hopefully strengthen his arm and get his pitch count up a little bit so that he can be used in a bigger role as we go on during the season.
The bats came alive in both games. 9 runs in the first game, 10 in the second game. Top of the order, Ryan Kelly had a 4-for-5 day in Game 2. Talk about the offense for the Seahawks.
They've swung the bats well. Timely hits, well, that's what it is. A lot of 2-out hits, keeping rallies going, and you got to credit Eric. Eric's worked with the hitters all this time in the fall, and he's done a great job with the hitters, and they're starting to believe in what he has taught them. So it's coming together. There can be improvements on both ends, pitching and the hitting, but we're not going to stop working with them.
The hit-by-pitch rule is coming into play early on in the season. We've seen a few of your batters get plunked, but not get awarded first base.
Yeah, I mean, the new rule, you have to get out of the way. You know, it is what it is. The kids are going to sometimes get first base, other times they're not. And the unfortunate part is, I think it was Nicky Delano got hit in the wrist, and that hurt. So I thought he should have gone to first base, but that was the umpire's judgment.
Yeah. Well, the Seahawks have swept 2 from Fredonia State here. They improved to 7-1 overall. 2 games left for the Florida trip tomorrow against Swarthmore College. What can we expect out of the Seahawks, starting pitching-wise, anyway?
Well, Frank Lemieux and Corey Popowski is going to start, 2 freshmen, and we're looking for them to do the job on the mound just like we do our seniors. So nothing different. We're going to go at the team, and hopefully they do a good job on the mound, and we keep hitting the ball.
Okay.
Got to say hello to my son Steven before I get off the air. Hey Steven, happy birthday.
Ooh.
16 today.
16 today. March 13th, happy birthday, Steve Sorella Jr. Well, thanks to Steve Sorella for joining us in the post-game. Salve, Regina had a 2-game sweep over the Fredonia State Blue Devils. The Blue Devils are playing their first 2 games of the season. They're now 0-2. Salve, Regina improves to 7-1 overall. They'll finish their 10-game Florida swing with a pair of games against Swarthmore College on Friday, 10 a.m. start at Terry Park. Not sure exactly which field it is, but we'd like you to join us, whether they're in person or through our broadcast. We've had a lot of fun bringing you these broadcasts up in Claremont, Florida with some softball games, and now here at Fort Myers, Florida with some baseball games. 9-1 winner in the first game today, 10-3 winner in the second game. Seahawks will get back at it on tomorrow, and want to thank our athletic director, Colin Sullivan, our associate athletic director, Kelly Scaffarello, and all the people that have helped make this broadcast a success. Congratulations to the Seahawk baseball team, 7-1 going into Friday, and we'll look forward to bringing you that action tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to Lynn, Taylor, and Kiernan for letting me do what I love to do.